Rightio.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 22 of A Slice of Fried Gold.
Mhm.
I'm Paddy,
I'm Ben.
and
It's going to look a bit different because we're in daylight.
there's daylight. We're getting
Oh
to
my goodness me.
sunny afternoons and evenings.
Yes.
And I'm here for it because I hate the winter, I hate the cold, and it's nice to be out in some sun.
Mm.
Still,
Still raining like there's no tomorrow though.
and it is windy.
Yeah. It's like, yesterday,
Mm.
blue skies
Yeah.
from 9 till 12.
Yeah.
And then 2 till 5.
It
And
was-
guess what times I work?
Yeah. Those times.
It chucked it down as I walked to work.
Yeah.
And then the moment I got to work, blue skies.
Mhm.
Chucked it down as I walked to and from home for lunch.
Yep.
Blue skies in the afternoon. And then chucked it down as I walked back from work at the end of the day. And I was just like, of course.
Why not? Why not?
Why would, logic love me and the weather love me?
Yeah.
You know.
Why would they want to do that?
Same today. Blue skies all day long in Felixstowe. And
Yeah.
then the moment I leave work, starts
Yeah.
raining.
Yeah.
And it's like, are you hitting me?
Standard.
Standard.
Standard, isn't it?
Standard. But yes, lighter days, lighter evenings. We love it.
We do love it.
See, the thing is, I don't mind the rain. It's the wind. It's the
Yeah.
wind I don't like.
Yeah.
I can
the
deal-
wind is just bitter.
Yeah.
It's cutting, and I'm old and my bones hurt.
I bet they do. How? Before we get into it, and before we cover why you're in pain, but how are you in today's?
Oh, no, I'm fine.
You're fine?
Yeah. No
Alright,
trouble at all.
okay.
No trouble at all.
I thought I was gonna get a message this morning.
Oh, no. That was alright, actually. That wasn't too bad. So
Fair
I
enough.
think I'm used to it. It wasn't that bad in that.
So,
Yeah.
how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Mhm.
First thing for topic of discussion. It's
Yes.
not even for discussion.
We're not even doing a catch up first on how we are.
No, we are, but we are. I've just got something important to say. Stop
Okay.
cutting me off. Today, of recording this episode, not today it goes out, but today of recording this episode is Faja South's birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Dad.
happy birthday, Mr. South.
Hope you had a lovely day. And
Why have you gone down Felixstowe to see him then?
because
Disgraceful.
I,
That's fun.
I sent him a message saying happy birthday. That's perfectly
Disgraceful.
adequate.
Disgraceful.
Eh,
Supposed to be a loving son.
I am a loving son. I do enough.
Then why didn't you go down to see him?
I do more than the other one does. But yeah.
What does one ball say to another?
Oh, what?
Anyway,
But yeah.
don't need that anymore.
Alright, I'll leave it down just in case.
We're heading eastward and it's sun setting. So
Yeah. We'll just keep it.
okay. Anyway, how are you?
Yeah, I'm alright. Back to work. Cold is pretty much gone now. Still a little bit groggy in the mornings. But,
That's just your age though. That's just you pre-coffee.
yes and no. I would say like 50% is that, and 50% is still trying to, like, just get that last little shake.
50%, yeah.
50%, yeah. Like that. I don't know why I went like that. I managed to bite my own tongue when I was saying it,
Brilliant.
so that's clever. But yeah, overall I'm alright. Kitchen had a bit of a mare over the Easter holidays.
Oh really?
which,
What happened?
our extractor fan system decided to explode. One of the fans died.
Lovely.
Yeah, not ideal. And that was Easter Sunday. Yeah, we had like 110 booked in for lunch and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it was carnage in the sense that basically the chefs then basically cooked on camping stoves because we had no gas, because the extractor fan system has like a cut-off thing. If people don't know, in commercial kitchens, as a safety measure, if your extractor fan system isn't on, the gas is always cut off, because it's like a safety measure if there's a gas leak and X, Y, and Z, or the gas can only be on if the fans are on. So it meant that we've had no gas, so we were cooking on like paraffin stoves. But big shout out to the chefs for ploughing through, and technically at this time of recording are still cooking on camping chefs, on camping stoves.
So you're telling me you didn't just ring up everyone and be like, sorry, bitch, you ain't getting your Easter Sunday roast dinner?
No. I mean, to be fair, any other restaurant would have done that.
Probably. I would have.
And I would have. I was gearing myself up to ruin everybody else, ruin everybody's Sunday.
What do you mean you can't open? We've got a table of 10.
Yeah, it does.
Where do you expect me to get a roast lamb at last minute?
Well, yeah.
Ruined Easter. How dare you? I'm going to go write a review on TripAdvisor.
Yeah, you do that. Drive to Wales. There's plenty of lambs there.
And once again, as we previously discussed, there'll be an essay. Well, the day started off bad.
Yeah.
With rain.
Yeah, exactly.
Further then ruined by the phone call by the evil manager.
Yeah. Who's apparently ginger.
Who's apparently ginger. You're but still,
like ginger.
upset about that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But well, we digress from that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but I mean, the chefs at that place are, they're one of a kind, really. They just ploughed through it and did the job. So
Big up the chefs.
Big up the chefs. Well done to them. But other than that, nothing else to report, really.
Cool.
How are you?
Yeah, starting to settle down now. The first few days back were a bit hectic because customers forgot that it was Easter weekend. I put it in my out of office, like the office is closed Friday and Monday. There is no one in the office to answer your emails, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yet people were still sending work over, which is fine because, you know, it's probably that idea of, well, I'll send it over and they'll get to it when they can.
Yeah.
Fine, crack on. It was the ones who sent work over on Friday and then sent chaser emails on Monday. And not only did they send one chaser email, they sent one at 9, one at 11, one at 1, and one at 3. And it's like, can you not read my out of office? There is no one here. Like, ring the office if you're not getting a response from a chaser email, and then you'll find out that no one's there.
I'm sorry, but people that send multiple chaser emails need to go away.
I mean, the fact...
If I haven't answered to your first chaser, assume I'm dead, or I'm that busy that I can't reply to
well, it's
that
more
email
that
straight away.
most people work off first come, first serve. So if they haven't answered your first email, the likelihood is they've not even got to it yet. So don't bother sending a chaser. Yeah. Anyway, I've started also getting in my head at work.
Okay.
So one day I was just writing some notes on the front of a file, and I happened to write the number 3, but I kind of like funked it up. So rather than it being a normal number 3, it was like a backward S or a backward C kind of thing with a... Okay.
Right.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about the technical issues. Just a slight little mishap with something. But yeah, anyway, you were saying.
So, so the three looked like a backwards C, backwards S, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is that? That's supposed to be a 3. That doesn't look like a 3. What? And ever since then, I've been proper in my head about writing down the number 3.
Right. Okay.
All our job numbers go up in numerical order.
Right.
Guess what number all our job numbers start with right now?
I see where this is going.
Start with the 3. We're in the 300,000s.
Right.
And
okay.
So literally every job number, I'm like, I need to write this properly. And do you know what the most embarrassing thing is? Is technically, the number 3 should be the best number I can write because it's the first, it's used in the first letter of my name. Think about it. Capital B.
Okay.
Capital
right.
B. I literally write the number 13 just with no spaces, and it's all joined up. And that's my first letter of my first name. So how I can somehow screw up writing the number 3 when I write it more than any other number?
Do you use a pen or a pencil?
A pen.
What you need to get is a pen. Do you remember those pens that apparently had like a rubber on the end that you could rub out the ink?
Well, they were bullshit.
I know, but what I'm saying is you could write your name and then just like rub out everything else.
But they didn't leave a they didn't rub things out. They just left a smear across the
ripped the paper. They were awful.
They were terrible.
I mean, if you used a pencil, you could just rub it out.
Yeah.
But,
thankfully, Edge apparently can read my handwriting because her dad has similar handwriting, so we're all good.
Okay.
So the person who mostly reads the notes and everything, Edge, she's okay, so we're good.
Okay,
we're kosher. And I also did some more people watching in the gym the other day.
Right. Okay. What happened this time?
guy comes in, and he goes running
Yeah.
for the battle ropes. No,
Yeah.
actually no. I'm gonna rephrase that. He wasn't running. You know that waddle you do when you're desperate for a shit.
Oh yeah.
He was shit waddling. My man was shit waddling to the battle ropes. To the point where, because he came with his missus, and his missus started like wandering off somewhere, and he started going, no, battle ropes, battle ropes, battle ropes.
Right.
It was 6:30 in the morning. There was only 4 other people in the gym.
Okay.
What? Like, I could understand it if you went at the real busy times in the gym, i.e. Monday straight after work at 5 o'clock. It's
Yeah.
packed. Fine.
Yeah.
Run for those battle ropes, boy.
Yeah.
But no, it was 6:30 in the morning on a Wednesday, and he's like, what are you doing? And then he runs for these battle ropes.
Mm.
And I thought, I was kind of watching him, and I thought, right, okay, if he's going crazy over these battle ropes,
Yeah.
he must know what he's doing.
Right.
He's probably going to go into it.
Yeah,
So he's got the battle ropes out. He's going to squat down, core tight, butt out, and go for it. And have you ever watched the videos of them doing the battle ropes? And they go.
I have seen Chris Hemsworth do the battle ropes.
Yeah. And they probably go for it, don't they?
Yeah. They're like, Chris's arms like this.
Yeah. And the best way I can describe it is like you're doing the drums.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Do you know what he does?
What?
Doesn't even raise it past his elbows.
Really?
Yeah. It's like he's on a merry-go-round and he's going, giddy up, yippee, giddy up. Like, there's no effort in it whatsoever. His missus does a better job. He does, and she didn't even look like she gives 2 shits.
So is he? So I'm assuming he's not like in shape.
No.
So basically, what he's doing is saying he's going to the gym for an hour. There's an hour's worth of battle ropes, but what he's actually doing is just sitting there like going.
It's either that,
Yeah.
or he's gone online.
Yeah.
Exercises to do to improve X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
He's seen the battle ropes,
Okay.
and he's just fixated.
Yeah, maybe.
And
I mean, yes, they look cool, but they only look cool if you're doing them correctly.
yeah. I mean, if you're doing them correctly.
Yeah.
Before any personal trainers bite our heads off, or my brother who's done strength and conditioning at uni.
Yeah.
If you're doing them correctly, they work.
Yeah, of course. Like anything.
Like anything. But he could have easily just gone and got some dumbbells and raised them up.
Yeah. I'd have probably done a better workout if he'd even like just lifted it like part way.
Yeah, even up to his chest.
Yeah.
But he just, no, not.
Yeah.
And his face either, he was like, there wasn't even any strain on his. Meh. It's just like, oh my goodness, mate, what are you
Wow.
doing? So yeah, that was fun.
It obviously works for him.
Obviously.
Because he's clearly an
insane.
Adonis. He's obviously got the body of a god and he doesn't have to worry about it.
Anyway,
My
lights moved around. I don't know if it's actually making any difference, but my lights turned over. Carry on. You carry on.
Right. So we went to the cinema.
We did.
We saw the new Mario Bros. movie.
That we did.
Initial thoughts, Ben?
Good.
Yes.
Very, 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 very childish.
Yes.
And that kind of annoyed me a little bit because
I agree.
Mario has been out for 50 years now? I'm pretty sure. Didn't they do their 75th anniversary? Or am I thinking another thing?
It must have been something like that.
But they've been out for years. So you've got all these people who've grown up with Mario.
Yeah.
Yes, they're probably bringing their kids along now.
Mm-hmm.
But you could have at least, I think, made it a 15. But it was a PG. It was a PG.
It was a PG.
Child.
It was very childish, and I don't think it necessarily. I think it could have been a 12A and still been a better film.
Mm.
I do think it very lackluster. I enjoyed the film.
Oh yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, and but again, they've obviously really tried to go for the child market as opposed to kind of young children, like younger children, say like 10 years old.
Yeah, which I don't understand because people tend to not. I've got a colleague who's got 2 boys and they're literally they're what 8 and 9 or something like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're only just starting to get into video games.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why have they pandered to 3 and 4-year-olds when it's going to be sort of 8 plus that are into video games? So I don't understand it.
Yeah, I mean, my assistant manager, she took her boy and a few of his friends for his birthday the other week.
And how old are they?
It was his 8th birthday.
Okay, so
It's kind of that right demographic. But then again, her boy is like highly intelligent. He's got really good common sense and is smart.
Right, yeah.
So he's, and he does play video games to a degree, but I don't know whether or not he plays, like, I think they play Mario Kart, which isn't as technical compared to something like one of the harder levels on the Mario Bros games and things like that, where you've got multiple enemies and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And speaking of, I think it was a good film. I think what they've done they've picked their target audience. They're obviously trying to get the next generation of kids to be interested in him, and maybe bringing out. They've probably got ideas to bring out a load of new games over the next 10, 12 years.
Of course
maybe.
they do.
And this is kind of getting this generation to be interested in. I would have thought they're probably going to bring in a video game based on the movie as opposed to
a movie tie-in. My God, I haven't seen a movie tie-in since like the Harry Potter games.
Well, exactly, and things like that. So I wonder whether or not maybe that's what they're trying to go for, and they're trying to we'll see. They're trying to do something like that to bring in the next generation of kids into those films.
Mm-hmm.
My big issue is that I feel like they tried to do too many of the games in one movie, and now I'm concerned about where they're going.
I get that.
You've got the Mario Kart, you've got Donkey Kong, and I felt like the Donkey Kong world was underused. I felt like they could have, but then again, they might be planning off a Donkey Kong spin-off and X, Y, and Z. You don't really know where they're planning on going with it. So I'm hoping they obviously actually have a plan, and they might just go, well, that's the starting point, and everybody's now going to have their own movies.
You never know.
If that's what you're going to do, fine. You do you. But I did feel like the characters, some of the side characters were underused, and they could have done a better job with it. I do feel like they've just kind of gone bare bones with it, and know that kids will go, oh, it's a Mario movie, I want to see it.
Yeah.
And that's what they've done.
Another thing I didn't really like was I was not a fan of the pop culture music. Like, right. I expected Mario music, and we got Mario music.
Yeah.
But then when you had things like I Need a Hero and everything, it just sort of, it took me out of the film.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, oh, okay, you're supposed to be in this magical fantasy land, and then you have that, and it's like, I know some Illuminations does that because I think all the Despicable Me films have pop culture music in them, and I think they're sort of probably.
I feel like they also made songs for that film, because like Happy was, 'cause I'm happy.
Was that a Despicable Me one?
Yeah.
Was it?
And I'm sure they made it for the Despicable Me movie. It was either that or one of the other ones. But then the other ones, they were the Grinch movie and something else. But I feel like they make pop. They like had a mindset of, I'm going to make a pop culture song to do that.
Despicable Me is set in our universe kind of thing, with a little bit sort of more loose and everything with the rules of physics, but it's still set in our universe.
Yeah.
Things like the Grinch and Trolls films that all have pop culture music in, they're set in their own universes.
Yeah.
So you can kind of, for me, it's like you can suspend belief and say, right, these songs were written in these universes. In like that universe, these songs do exist, and that's the thing, kind of thing. Whereas because Mario moves between our universe and the Mario universe, that's where it takes me, because there are I'm trying to say it without spoilers, but there were certain characters in the film who basically said, "Oh, I've never been Brooklyn. What's that like?" and everything, and yet you've got pop culture songs and everything.
Yeah, so I don't dispute that.
I was lost with it all, and I didn't like that.
No, I do see where you come from. I did think that, like, the first song that they used in, like, our world,
well, they used what's it?
Well, Brooklyn.
Yeah, but they were in Brooklyn, so I was okay with that.
Yeah, I appreciated that. But I do get what you mean, that maybe when they were in the universe of, like, Mushroom Kingdom and everything else, that they
keep it at Mario music.
That they should have kept it all at Mario music. I don't dispute that at all, to be honest. There was one thing that I don't know if you saw the TikTok that I sent you, but we missed an end credit scene.
Oh, did we?
Yes, because I assume, because apparently there was a mid-credit scene which we watched, and then there was an end credit scene.
I mean, to be fair, we were the last ones in the cinema, in the screen. So
exactly, and that's why I left, because I assumed that's why we agreed to leave, because we assumed there was nothing else.
Yeah.
But they
Marvel has really done us all,
Well, this is the thing now. I think that basically what they're trying to do is just get everybody to just stay and watch all the credits, whether or not there is or isn't.
Which, see, I get it, because it's like you want to acknowledge that all these people have worked on a film, and it's like, granted, I get that, I understand that. But that's maybe where we need to go back to, like, do you remember the films back in the 40s and the 50s where they had the credits at the beginning of the film?
Yeah.
Like if you look at the original, like, Snow White and everything, where you got all the credits right at the beginning of the film.
Yeah, and Charlton Heston movies and things like that. It was all the credits at the beginning. I don't.
Maybe we need to go back to that. If they're so desperate that they want us to sit there and acknowledge that these people have worked on the film, rather than putting mid-credit scenes and end-credit scenes, just put the credits at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because no doubt some people will go, oh well, we don't have to be there on time because the credits are always first.
Yeah, but even now,
and then they'll run the risk of missing a bit, and that's their problem. That's their fault.
But the problem is that, and this bugged me when what did I watch?
I don't know. What did you watch?
It must have been a film without you. What was it?
Without me? You went without me. You went John Wick.
Nah, have I seen something else without you?
Possibly. There was
Well, either way.
Because we've talked about a film before that you went and saw without me.
Well, I can't remember.
Because there was one of these episodes where we did a bit of a double bill. Anyway.
But there was a movie, and there was a guy that come in like 20 minutes late, and I think after at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they shouldn't be allowing people in.
Yeah.
But he then proceeded to, at least twice throughout the movie, get up and answer his phone, and then go stand in the corridor bit by the doors, because sometimes in the cinema it is a bit annoying, but it happens. But if somebody's got to go to the toilet and like the door opens, and like the light is quite bright, so it might shine a bit in the screen, so I know that the door didn't open because somebody went to the toilet, and when they left, the corridor lit up a bit. So I knew that he was just standing there down the corridor on his phone.
Yeah.
If you're going to watch a movie and do that, what's the point? What is the point?
Yeah. See, now, I'm guessing he was on his own?
Yeah.
Twat, get out.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if you're a mother with kids, you're taking your kids to the cinema, but you're on call, different.
Fine, yeah, I get it. And everybody has lives and everything else. But if you know that you're just going to constantly get phone calls in between, like, when you're watching a movie, why bother going?
If you're on your own and you know you're going to get phone calls, why bother going? Yes, I agree. If you're not on your own and you're on call, that's different. Yeah. That's for me allowed.
But to come in 20 minutes late, so you've missed the opening sequence. Because sometimes, some movies, it's the opening sequence sets the film, and what's going on and what everybody's story and everything else and motivations. You can miss the first 20 minutes and then proceed to take 2 phone calls in between the movies.
Yeah.
in the movie, what's the point?
I agree.
We're
Very
completely
much.
segued off Mario. But
To get back to Mario though,
yeah,
another thing I wasn't particularly overly fond about,
yeah.
in the action scenes,
Mhm.
just way too much was happening on screen to the point where I just felt myself losing focus.
Yeah,
There was another reason why we were losing focus, and this also circles right back to the start of this episode where I asked you how your body was.
yeah.
Other than, just trying to hit on you constantly.
Yeah,
Paddy,
obviously.
how is your body?
Yeah, still old and flat.
Oh, it feels weird doing that to you. But of course, because we went to see it in 4DX.
Yeah, which was a good fun.
Yes, I think of all the films that we could go see this in 4DX, this was the best one to choose.
Yeah,
I think personally.
Definitely, and I think it was a good option.
Yeah.
For anybody that maybe because what I didn't realise was you hadn't been to 4DX before.
Never been 4DX before, no.
And I definitely know that I've been before because I'd seen
one of
the
the
Fast and Furious movies.
Yes.
And it completely threw me that you hadn't seen it in any 4DX movie. I assumed you had.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that, especially if you've got young kids, going to see it in the cinema, yes. Maybe if you've got the money to go see a 4DX movie, because it is expensive,
Yeah.
then it's definitely worth watching it in 4DX, because I think it was a good laugh.
Oh, I laughed so much at the idea of the 4DX. And it wasn't because the film was funny, but it was, just the thought of someone's had to sit and watch this film and go, now add the chairs moving at 15 minutes and 27 seconds. And add bubbles at 19 minutes and 25 seconds. Someone's had to sit there and plan all that out. And it's just like, because
I wonder how they do that.
Excuse me. Who knows? Maybe they've got AI now that can sit there and go, oh, now we can do this and we can do that. Maybe they've got AI. The AI is coming a long way.
You watch, when the machines take over, you'll be sitting in the cinema, instead of just like casually moving you, they'll be throwing you across the streets. It's not like it's got seatbelts. But yeah, I did think it was an enjoyable film, especially if you've got kids. Not necessarily going to be everybody's cup of tea. I did think they made it too kiddie, and they could have made it.
I'm going to be a bit harsh with my sort of overall reviewing critique.
Yeah, go for it.
Funny.
Yeah.
Childish.
Yeah.
Easily forgettable.
Yeah. I'm not in any rush to watch it anytime soon.
No.
And the fact that actually on the time of recording this, we watched it yesterday, I am struggling to remember this.
So you have just proven my point of easily forgettable.
I don't dispute that.
Yeah.
So
I can't see the screen anymore. Are we still recording?
Let's hope so. Because I'm not doing this again.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I don't dispute that. I don't dispute your critique of it, and I am in a mind to agree as well.
Fair enough.
There was something I was going to ask you actually.
There was.
Right. Completely new topic.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
Right. When you go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. Okay. So this might shock a few people, but I was in the pub the other day.
You in the pub?
I know.
Are you okay? Are you alright?
Yeah,
Are you ill?
No.
Do we need to check your temperature?
Yeah. No.
I can't do it whilst I'm on the roundabout now. Yeah, you're fine.
You have very clammy hands. Thank you.
Leave me alone.
But yes, I was in the pub and I was with my mate Patricia.
Yeah.
And there was a group of burly lads and they were being kind of burly men.
Yeah.
And being loud and burly. And
Standard.
I don't know, and he used a good analogy on the sense of he reckoned that they would be the kind of guys to stand there and do exactly the same thing but bollock naked in the gym locker rooms.
Oh yeah, I've seen that porn.
But that answers my question, really, because I was going to say, not necessarily as a bloke, but as like a gay man. Do you find it awkward? Because
wait, who's gay?
Carry on. Obviously not me.
Wait, I'm gay?
Yeah,
shit.
Look,
how long have you known?
Out of this dynamic, you're the gay one. Let's put it that way. But I do. I feel awkward enough as a heterosexual man. I'm comfortable in my own skin, but I wouldn't stand there and have a 15-minute conversation like some blokes do.
Okay.
It's like, do you remember that Run Fat Boy Run?
Yes.
And where they're like, what's his face, who does the voice from Moses Lack and everything, like stands there and powders his testicles.
I want to say Hank Azaria, but no,
Yes.
that's not. Is it Hank Azaria?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I know he's involved in The Simpsons.
Yeah, it might be. I'm sure it's him. But anyway, are you uncomfortable? Do you feel like you shouldn't be like? Because I wouldn't be looking anyway. But do you feel like, as a gay man, like, are you more uncomfortable about this?
Can't comment because all the showers in my gym are cubicles, and I also don't shower there because I travel light, so I only go in the clothes I'm going to the gym in, and I basically go home and shower straight away. So I can't comment. However, I think sorry. Sorry, it's a unisex gym and it's only tiny. So they've literally got like 4 cubicles, which are both toilets and showers kind of thing. So it's literally.
Oh, it's like an all-in-one job.
Yeah, all in one job. No. So it's like you go in.
Yeah.
You got your toilet. Like it's like it's like L-shaped. So you go in.
Right.
You got your toilet like down the first bit there. You got your toilet and your sink, and then it goes round into the shower bit kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, so I can't really comment because my gym doesn't have the chance. However, if I was in a place with a communal gym like a swimming pool or anything, if there was a guy sitting there, showering in the shower, bollock naked, facing the wall, doing his thing, it's like when you go to the toilets, there's a bloke in the urinals, and it's busy, so there's people at the urinals next to you.
Yeah, and you don't. And you always got to have a gap, but if it's that busy, then you can't, you got to go in, and you just got to
look straight or look down.
Yeah.
One of the two. Don't do anything else.
Yeah.
I was actually talking about this with my mum the other day. How did it come up? I'm trying to remember how it came up now. But I basically said, what was it? I said, women don't comprehend the splash zone rule.
Yeah.
And my mum goes, what's the splash zone rule? I was like,
point proven.
Point proven. I said, in bloke, and my dad goes, are you talking about blokes' toilets? I was like, I'm talking about blokes' toilets. And mum was like, what's the splash zone rule? I was like, when you go into the toilets, you go to the urinals, you take a urinal, you leave a gap.
Yeah.
Just blanket rule.
Yeah.
Unless the toilets are really, really busy. And my mum was like, well, yeah, you don't want to get splashed on. Exactly! Splash zone rule. I still can't remember why that came up in conversation with my mum, and that's going to bug me that I can't remember. I'll eventually tell you when I remember it, like 2 o'clock this morning.
That's fine, I'll be fast.
Anyway, yeah, when you're in the urinals and it's busy, you either look straight or you look down. So if I was in a communal shower and they're bollock naked and they're either looking at the wall or straight down doing what they need to do, fine. You crack on.
Arse is on show, nothing else.
Yeah. If they're in a shower facing inwards, bollock naked, then we're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to start being like, looking you up and down and be like, the fuck are you doing?
Well, yeah, exactly. Especially if it's like in a leisure centre with like kids.
Yeah.
It just seems wrong.
But the question is I would love to say that I could, with confidence, that I would call them out and be like, the fuck you looking at? Do you like what you see? Do you want to see some more? But I can't confidently say that I would do that. I would probably start doing, the whole sort of, stop looking at me.
Yeah. I'd probably do the same.
What are you doing?
I'm confident in my body, but not that confident.
No, yeah. But yeah, I would love to be that person who just calls them out and be like, yeah, you like what you see? You want to see some more? You want to see me play with my nipple when I play with my balls? It's not going to happen because I'll probably get way too self-conscious.
Definitely not.
But I mean, it's also interesting because we've just talked about singular person in the showers, but group of people, maybe there might be a different, like, my brother who does rugby and American football, he might have something to say about this because I know full well that post matches they're in that shower.
Yeah, but then
doing things, and it's just a bit. Hello, policeman. Hi. Oh,
maybe not that one. Oh dear. He's straight out of bloody Cambridge, that one.
I think I might just go and steal something from Morrison's. 2 seconds. Be right.
Okay. You have fun with that.
I'm just gonna get arrested. Bye.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe if there was a group of lads in the communal showers at the swimming pool, that it would be different.
But I feel like in that situation, like like for your brother, like they're a team.
Mm.
They do everything together. They have parties. They do, they tackle
I've seen
each
that
other.
porn as well.
Sorry,
Do
dude.
not
Sorry.
be shocked at the amount of things that gay people have turned into porn.
Well, it's the same with
Yeah, yeah.
straights.
But yeah, you know they play together, they go out drinking together, they do dick
Yeah.
measuring contests together. Wait, no, that's the porn again.
I think you'd be surprised. I had friends who were rugby players, and they said that the stuff that they would do, they were constantly streaking in the pubs. So sounds about right. So
When I was at uni once,
Yeah.
the rugby union there did a not a sex auction, but like a date auction. So you could auction, like they auctioned all the members of the rugby team off to have nights with people and everything. And it started off really nice. Of you could have James for a night for 50 quid and Tom for a night for 60. And then as the night went a little bit further on, it started to get a bit like, well, if the girls started to get a bit leery. If I pay 90, will they take their top off? And then of course they took the top off. And if I pay 100, will they take the bottoms off? And then they took the bottoms off. And then literally it was like this. We weren't even halfway through the auction. He was like, "If I pay 200, can I suck them off now?" And I was standing by the bar manager because, being the drama student, I'd been asked to help light it.
Oh, okay.
So I was there as a technical sort of person, and I was standing by the bar manager, and you just saw her face drop, and she was like, "I need to shut this down now." I was just sitting there,
this is illegal.
and I was just sitting there, just like, I'm so glad I'm not her. I'm not the one who's having shut this down. Because yeah, it got wild.
I bet it did.
So yeah, so rugby people, maybe we shouldn't ask them because they just will do anything. But yeah, I don't know. People in communal showers, please face the wall. Because if not, I think I am legally allowed to punch you in the throat.
Yeah, I think anybody's illegally allowed to punch them in the throat if they're doing that.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't appreciate it. And normally it's really old men. Well, saggy bollocks down to their knees.
Oh, we're going to final thoughts.
Yeah. Let's do final thoughts. Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday, Mr. South.
Mario, good but forgettable. If
Mhm.
you've got kids, you're going to probably watch it 1,000 times when it comes out on stream.
Yeah.
Um,
The number 3 is hard to write, apparently.
It is for this man.
If you're going to be in a public shower room and not facing the wall, just play with your nipples, just to make everyone else feel uncomfortable, so they turn around and face the walls. Then you've got free reign to
Don't follow that advice. Do not follow that advice.
Don't ever follow advice that I give because it's terrible.
Yeah.
And gym watching people is hilarious and fun.
Yeah, if you're going to use battle ropes, use them properly.
Just go on YouTube and watch people. There's loads of them.
Yeah.
And with that,
I think that's going to be the end.
Yep. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Have you had any gym watching people experiences that you want to share? Have you been to watch Super Mario? What were your opinions? Can you not write numbers? Have you got in your head about a specific number or letter and now you just go mental about it? Share, tell us, let us know.
And do you shower naked in showers and communal gyms? If you do, you're weird. But let's know.
No. If you do you face the wall or do you look out?
Yeah. And touch
and not break eye contact. And touch your nipples. And just go a bit Hannibal Lecter.
Right, that's a completely different topic.
And on that note.
Right, on that note, we'll definitely see you in the next one. Well, probably not now, but hopefully we will. And hopefully we'll see you then.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.